the people at large. So if you can really explain a little bit in depth, what does this mean?
Thank you very much, Sharif, for this. It is a verse in Surah Al-Ma'idah, which is Surah number 5 in the Quran, from 31 to 33, a couple of verses talking about Hiraba and talking about the reprehension or the crime of bloodshed, the crime of terrorism, which is a terroristic crime. And it refers to the strife, the social strife, the ego which happened between the two sons of Adam, Abel and Cain, and the fact that one of them killed the other without justice. And here come afterwards, the Quran talked about من أجل ذلك كتبنا على بني إسرائيل أنه من قتل نفسا بغير نفس أو فساد في الأرض فكأنما قتل الناس جميعا ومن أحياها فكأنما أحيا الناس جميعا. It's a narration to the children of Israel and to us, the followers of Prophet Muhammad, and to all Muslims and to all humans, if they are interested, that if anyone killed a human being without a just cause, it would be as though he has killed the whole of human beings, the whole inhabitants of the earth. And if one also, because some people might quote the first part of the verse and probably ignore or wrongfully ignore the second half of the verse, وَمَنْ أَحْيَاهَا, and if you help to enliven, if you help to raise the quality of life, of an existing life, if you tried your best, because our message as Muslims,
so it's not only about saving lives, it's also about
raising the quality of the existing life itself. Because some of us may think that yes, we are against killing and bloodshed, but we are backward in our own social system, in our own economic progress. I'm not talking about Egypt, I'm talking about Muslims. They are generally believed to be so. But it's high time that Muslims look at this verse not from the harder approach, but from the softer approach as well. Killing a human being is killing a human being. It's a crime against humanity. It's a crime against innocent soul. And I'd like to refer here to a very touching point in Paris attacks. The shooters, I don't know to which ideology they belong. When they came in the theater to the first row at the balcony, and there is a priority for wheelchair viewers and audience, like in the car park, they come to the forefront. So they came to the forefront, and unfortunately it's very saddening and very disheartening. They started shooting at them, wheelchair tied viewers, part of the audience, very innocent, very handicapped, very weak, very meek,
very unexpected.
They have no means to. We hear incidents about some people, sticking to the ground, moving beneath the seats, claiming to be dead, whatever, in order to defend themselves. But how about the wheelchair? And you read that they purposely shooted at them. They purposely finished them. So this is a crime in the full sense of the word. It's a premeditated crime. So it's a crime which is hideous.
Against humanity.
It has no. So this crime, in my own understanding, has no religion. It
Dr.
has no
Saeed,
religion. So Islam can't defend somebody or can't tell anybody to go and shoot like that.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, spoke about those people, and he said that someday they will appear with the black flags, and he even mentioned that their names are related to certain countries like Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, which is a city in Iraq. This is true?
Yeah, there is a reference in the narrations to the fact that toward the end of time there will be groups like that, and we as ordinary Muslims will have a great like sedition. We will be left with lots of questions, and because of these temptations and seditions and incorrect interpretations and so many people coming like that in the coming years, some of the ordinary Muslims will leave Islam because they don't know who's right and who's wrong. But believe me, وأن هذا صراطي مستقيما فاتبعوه ولا تتبعوا السبل فتفرق بكم عن سبيله. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addressed the Prophet in Surah Al-An'am in the Quran. So this is our clear path, so follow it and follow not the other targets laying to the main road. They are not part of the main way, of the main road. They are not part of the highway, but there are subways around. So these are subways.
Did he mention how we deal with such people?
The best way to deal with them is to avoid them, is to avoid mixing with them, is to avoid any exercise with them, is to avoid any support rendered to them. Talking about them may give them currency, and after currency they are gaining credibility. Now QSIS, they have Dabiq, and they are trying, this is like an academic or a semi-academic journal, and it is written in different languages. Remember that according to a recent statistics, more than 500 French citizens, they were fighting in Syria and in Iraq. So they go to Europe and they recruit the young, the vulnerable citizens in the society, and they make them feel that we are launching a holy war on behalf of Islam and we are defending the dignity of Muslims. So it's high time that we contain the situation and try to adapt and return back with our youth and the youngsters. So this is very critical when it comes to the youngsters. They are brainwashed, they are vulnerable, and those people go there. Some of them carry European passports, American passports, and they have a free movement worldwide. They can go and they recruit the people who are prone to violence, who might become terrorists. They recruit them, they give them seminars, lessons, teach them one-to-one. So, and I would call the French government to appeal to Al-Azhar, by the way, in such a critical time, because this is like some people talked about it as a second 9/11 or a French 9/11, whatever. So it's a high time that the French government appeal to Al-Azhar in order to get some qualified scholars and imams from Al-Azhar to the French mosques. And we need to talk to the French people. We need to talk to the French government, not just the French government, but all world countries. And this may explain why Al-Azhar is taking a greater responsibility nowadays in having like an observatory in different languages, in English, French, and German. Part of the job of this observatory is to see what's going on about Islam and record it and then defend it. And you know, there is another soft target as well, which is to send your army of preachers to these ideologically troubled areas, because definitely the reaction of the French public will be different. Some of them will be in doubt about Islam. Some of them will attack Muslims, attack girls at schools, women in hijab, whatever. And we have a history when it comes to France regarding niqab. I'm not drawing the conversation to a different interest, but we need to react and we need to appeal to the situation and be up to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala expects us to be. لَتُبَيِّنُنَّهُ لِلنَّاسِ وَلَا تَكْتُمُونَ. You need to explain it to people and never to conceal it within your hearts.
Okay. Yes, so at the beginning you mentioned that who is to be speaking on behalf of Islam. So in your opinion, who is supposed to be the person, or who is supposed to be the group?
No single person is supposed to speak for Islam, Sharif. Every capable, single, I don't mean married, but every single Muslim who is a scholar, who's qualified, who's capable, who's professional, who's well educated in terms of religious education, who's upright, has the power or has the permission to speak for Islam. In Islam, we don't have clergy in the Christian or the Judaic sense. We have ulama, that's scholars.
Yeah, and we have the Islamic organization also, the international organization where they
OIC, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, but OIC doesn't have scholars. OIC just condemns like the UN, but we have Al-Azhar.
Yes.
As an umbrella Muslim organization. Al-Azhar is not an Egyptian organization, by the way.
Of course.
There is up to more than 75 nationalities studying at Al-Azhar. So Al-Azhar, with all its faculties,
it's a big institution.
Yeah, but Al-Azhar, the role of Al-Azhar need to take more prominence and presence, and that's what's going on since the evolutions we witnessed. This is what's going on. Probably
Sir, we need to enhance
like
the
that.
role of Al-Azhar. Dr. Said Amin, professor at Al-Azhar University, thank you for joining us and welcome once again to Nile Cruise.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you,
Thank
sir.
you. It's a pleasure. Thanks.
Let's move now to a short break and returning back with more.